The film opens in the small country of Illyria, where a distinctive royal tradition is observed. Only the eldest children in a royal family are granted royal status, whilst the second-born children are denied this privilege. Among these second-born royals is a girl called Sam. Because she is not the firstborn, Sam is not acknowledged as a princess and is treated like an ordinary girl. In contrast, her elder sister gets everything she wants and is bestowed with all the privileges and attention that come with being royalty. Sam is left feeling pushed aside and constantly lives in emotional turmoil. Her troubles began when her father, the king of Illyria, tragically died in a plane crash. After his death, Sam's mother took on full responsibility for the state of Illyria and became the reigning queen. It is soon revealed that Sam's elder sister, who holds the title of princess, will be turning 18 in just a few months. At that age, she is expected to be officially crowned as the queen of Illyria, taking over the throne from their mother. Meanwhile, Sam is still overlooked and continues to live her life like an ordinary person, unnoticed and uncelebrated. Sam spends most of her time with ordinary children and has become friends with a boy named Mike among them. She fits in easily with them and can wander about freely without attracting attention. The story gradually reveals how the royal system in Illyria is structured so that the king holds all the power, while the second-born royals are treated as insignificant. This injustice fuels Sam's resentment towards the system. As a way of expressing a dissatisfaction, Sam often plays rock music and uses it as a platform to voice her opinions. She even begins to advocate for a voting system in Illyria, challenging the monarchy. Sam's also keen on skating, and one day, while skating, she runs a red light and is arrested by the police. After being bailed out, she is taken to her mother, the queen. Sam politely tells her mother that the people of Illyria are deeply unhappy with the government. However, the queen dismisses her concerns, saying that it's just a small group of people who feel that way, and most are satisfied. The scene then shifts to a prison where a mysterious inmate is handed an apple. When he bites into it, he finds a hidden transmitter inside. Using this device, he hacks and disables the lock that was secured around his neck, allowing him to escape the prison effortlessly. This mysterious escape hints at a deeper plot. The focus then returns to Sam, who is seen rehearsing for a concert with a friend Mike. During their interaction, Sam suddenly smells garlic on Mike's breath and points it out. Mike is stunned because he had eaten garlic 2 days ago, not recently. He tries to talk to Sam about something important, but she brushes him off and walks away. She heads to a room where she has kept all her father's belongings and memories. As she looks through them, she is overcome with emotion, missing her father deeply and recalling the fond memories they shared. She remembers how he used to affectionately call her snowflakes, reminding her that she was always special to him. The story moves to a grand party held in honor of Sam's elder sister. Sam is present at the event, but she suddenly remembers her promise to Mike that she would attend any party he invited her to. Determined to keep her word, she changes into a rock girl outfit and sneaks away from the royal event, lying to her mother so she can leave unnoticed. When Sam and Mike arrive at the location of his party, they're denied entry because they don't have ID cards. However, they notice some workers entering the building through a secret door. Standing about a kilometer away, Sam somehow manages to glimpse and memorize the door passcode from that distance, an ability that surprises even her. Mike is amazed, having seen nothing himself, and becomes suspicious of Sam's increasingly strange abilities. They eventually sneak into the party using the code and begin enjoying themselves. During the celebration, Sam begins to hear every single sound with extreme clarity, from the loud music to the faintest heartbeat and even the buzzing of flies. The sensory overload becomes unbearable and she feels dizzy and overwhelmed. Unable to cope, she activates the fire alarm to stop the noise, causing panic and forcing everyone to evacuate. The party's ruined and Sam is once again arrested for causing a disturbance. While in custody, Mike points out that something unusual has been happening to Sam since the moment she smelt the garlic on his breath from 2 days prior. They are eventually released after their parents come to pick them up. In response to her recent behavior, Sam's mother sends her to a special summer school, claiming it's to help her focus on the studies she's been neglecting. At the same time, the escaped prisoner from earlier reappears. He contacts a mysterious partner and praises them for cleverly hiding the transmitter in the apple that helped him escape. During their conversation, it is revealed that the Queen herself was responsible for imprisoning them, and now the escaped prisoner is plotting revenge. Sam's story picks up again as she arrives at the summer school, where she meets a girl named January, who is also a second-born royal like her. Soon, Sam discovers that the school is full of other second-born royals. Their teacher arrives and informs them that they all possess hidden abilities and superhuman powers they are not yet aware of. The purpose of the summer school is to train them for a secret society called the Secret Society of Second-Born Royals. To Sam's surprise, it is revealed that her mother, the Queen, is the founder and controller of this secret organization. The professor explains that this society exists because second-born royals have a very important role to protect kings and queens using their special powers. However, he also warns them of a critical consequence. If they fail to successfully complete their training or do not use their powers properly, their memories, including their awareness of these powers, will be permanently erased. Their first task is then assigned. They are sent into a facility full of challenges where they must navigate their way to a pyramid. This task is much harder than they anticipated because the facility is guarded by laser guns that can knock them out with a single misstep. Although they fail the challenge, each of them begins to discover their unique powers during the exercise. Roxana learns that she has the ability to become invisible at will. Tuma discovers he can hypnotize and manipulate people. Sam realizes that all her senses, hearing, smell, sight, have become extremely enhanced. She can perceive things much faster than normal people, making her incredibly quick and alert. Although they fail to reach the pyramid, they come out with a clearer understanding of their superpowers. Other students also showcase their abilities. January, for example, has the power to absorb other people's powers simply by touching them. Another student, Matteo, can control insects and use them for various tasks. The next day, all the students are seen wearing special uniforms. Their professor begins training them individually based on their powers. Sam is sent to a busy and noisy environment filled with a variety of overlapping sounds. There, she must learn to control and master her heightened sense of hearing. The training marks the beginning of her journey towards unlocking her full potential as a member of the secret society of second-born royals. She had to isolate and identify the specific sound she needed from a mix of various noises. Meanwhile, Tuma was given a dog that had the power to possess other people, allowing Tuma to train the dog by possessing it himself. Roxana was undergoing training to activate her superhuman powers under extreme weather conditions. Essentially, she was being trained to make herself invisible in any situation. Matteo was being trained to control insects, while January, who had the rare ability to absorb and use other people's superpowers, was sent to a pool alongside a girl who could breathe underwater. The professor was still actively testing all of it. As part of his test, he gave Sam poisoned food so that she could detect the toxicity using her enhanced senses. Later, Sam is seen with her mother, who is teaching her some techniques to control her powers. Over time, it is shown that all the students of this secret school have successfully mastered control over their powers, except for Roxana, who still struggles to control her invisibility ability. Eventually, Sam passes a final test. In this test, the professor plays many sounds at the same time, and she successfully identifies each one, recognizing what each sound is and where it is coming from. Matteo also becomes skilled at controlling insects. The other boy completes the dog's training, and January manages to breathe underwater with ease. Everyone seems to have made significant progress except for Roxana. Seeing a lack of results, the professor threatens her. He tells her he will post a video on social media showing her with tangled hair and no makeup. Horrified at the thought of her fans seeing her in such a disheveled state, Roxana finally manages to turn herself invisible during the live stream. This shows that she has finally learned to control her power as well. They had now all undergone extensive training, far beyond simply mastering their superpowers. One night, while all the children are asleep in their rooms, Sam makes plans with her friend Mike to go to a concert. Just then, the professor enters the room and announces, "The time has come, we must now fulfill our duties." Their first assigned mission is to prevent a jewelry robbery. The group arrives at the designated location. Using her senses, Sam is the first to detect the direction from which the robber is approaching. They chase after him, only to discover that the man was actually the trainer who had been helping January learn to breathe underwater. They realize they've been tricked. The jewelry had already been stolen by the time they returned. The team has failed in their first mission. Disappointed, the professor cancels the next day's training. Feeling guilty, Sam calls Mike to apologize and tells him she can't go to the concert. The next day is their day off, so Sam and January decide to hang out together. The two have become close friends. Sam takes January to her palace and shows her a studio that her father had built just for her. As they're talking, Mike shows up unexpectedly and is upset to see Sam enjoying herself without him. Just then, the same prisoner who had escaped from the jail at the beginning of the story suddenly appears and attacks both girls. He grabs Sam with one hand and slams January against the wall with his other. After a struggle, the girls manage to free themselves. Before escaping, the prisoner calls Sam by the name Snowflakes, a name her father used to call her. This leaves Sam confused and suspicious. Could this man be a father, even though he was believed to be dead? The professor tries to calm her down, but Sam remains unconvinced. She decides to track the man down herself. Eventually, Sam catches him and confronts him. The professor also turns up at the location to help rescue Sam. Using his power to create multiple identical copies of himself, he manages to save her, but is seriously injured in the process and ends up in hospital. Afterwards, Sam's mother reveals the truth to her. The man who called her snowflakes is actually her uncle. He had been imprisoned for killing Sam's father in order to take over the throne. On hearing this, Sam insists on meeting him face to face. During their meeting, her uncle confirms his identity. He explains that his real intention was not to seize the throne, but to abolish the monarchy so that everyone could live as equals. He says he waited for a long time, hoping that Sam's father would change his mindset and willingly dismantle the royal system, but when he never did, he decided to take matters into his own hands and killed him. Later, Sam speaks to her sister, who assures her that once she becomes queen, she'll bring change to the royal system. Sam agrees and teams up with her fellow students to protect the upcoming coronation ceremony of the princess. That night, Sam meets with the professor and apologizes to him for putting his life in danger by going against him. The professor forgives her. The next day, the coronation begins. All the noble families and couples from around the world attend the grand event. During the ceremony, Tuma notices something unusual. He is unable to use his power to persuade people. It is revealed that January has stolen his superpower. Using it, she possesses a security guard and helps Sam's uncle escape from prison. It turns out that January had been working with Sam's uncle from the very beginning. She was the one who had used a chip-based technology to help him escape from jail earlier. After that, she possessed other team members and locked them up in prison in place of Sam's uncle. Once the spell breaks, the group realize they are locked up and Sam is missing. Mateo, who can control insects, uses a fly to alert Sam about what's happening. Sam quickly tracks down her uncle using her powers and sets off in pursuit. Back at the palace, the coronation ceremony is underway, but outside, Sam's uncle is preparing to kill all of the king's descendants with a deadly device. Sam also discovers that January is involved in her uncle's treachery. She rushes to her friend Mike and asks for his help. Although initially angry and unwilling, Mike changes his mind when Sam explains just how serious the situation is. Together, they trap January at a specific location where she confesses to her betrayal. She'd been helping Sam's uncle in the hope of claiming the throne for herself, rather than letting Sam's sister have it. Upon hearing this, Mike drops a heavy object on her from above, knocking her out cold. Sam then regroups with her other friends to stop her uncle. They manage to trap him in a special room where they had built a small chamber designed to weaken his powers. Using the device he had created, they managed to trap him inside it. The coronation is successfully concluded and Sam's sister is officially crowned Queen of Illyria. After the mission, Roxana, Mateo, Sam and Tuma are officially inducted into the secret society. Their professor also returns after recovering from his injuries. The new queen is informed about the secret society and feels proud after meeting her sister. She promises Sam that she will create a new system combining both a royal and a parliamentary structure, just as Sam had always wanted. In the final scenes, the 4 second-born royals are seen in their secret facility. They are told that their former teammate, January, has escaped from prison and left behind a message, "Come find me if you have the courage." The 4 of them accept the challenge, and the film ends with the beginning of a brand new mission.